You can't predict the future, but you can prepare for it. Arizona State University is building degrees for what's ahead. Programs designed around emerging fields, taught by faculty whose research is shaping our future, not just teaching about it. It's why we've been ranked #1 in innovation for more than a decade. Your future is worth preparing for, and you don't have to prepare alone. Future-proof your career. Explore more than 350 programs at asuonline.asu.edu. That's a degree better.
The best sports radio in Utah is right here, right here. This is Scotty G and the coach, Tim LaComb, on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Garrard, the coach, Tim LaComb. Hope you're all having a tremendous day. It is a Lloyd music day where Lloyd just mails it in and just finds a soundtrack of a movie. And
he didn't mail it in. This is good today.
This is good stuff,
This is
man.
good today.
Nah, it's kind of
These
a
are
mail-in.
deep.
I can't go after,
I know you got to be
can.
nice because
No, I
because
can't.
you got him.
And I won't. Like
you got him angry that one day.
I did. So, but at the same time, I'm being authentic when I say
it was
this is a great
weird
set
that I
list.
became the punching bag for music from
right out of the
snobs.
gate too, right?
I was like, wait, what?
That was earned, though.
Why are we judging right now with music? What are we doing?
That was earned.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shame on you, Scotty, for saying it was earned, because it wasn't. I went with some music that spoke to me, and I don't care if it's stuff that I've used in the past. I don't
Shame
know what
on
the problem
you,
was.
Scotty.
I don't know what the problem was.
Okay,
but
first
it was a
off,
shot,
and then
all
you-
of a sudden you guys just wanted to drag me through the mud for this stupid music stuff.
And then you stole music from my list, which
wow.
was breaking some kind of rule.
But
too.
I
Yeah,
wish
something there.
this is what I wish. I wish we could just get back to how good this list is, regardless of who put it together. It's not like I put 25 minutes in or anything.
One thing I have learned is that this is not a judgment-free zone when it comes to music.
Well, it is with me.
I have learned it.
It is with me.
That's okay.
Is it with me?
Have you gotten the soundtrack yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. We'll see if you get there. Somebody will get it.
See, that's kind of the fun part of his, though, is it's almost like, it's a quest. You're irritated by this. I can tell.
Why are you irritated, Scotty?
I'm not irritated.
Are you mad?
No.
Why are you mad?
I'm not mad. I just
Okay, so I'm giving you. This is like the equivalent of lazy sports takes. This is like the equivalent of I don't know. Give me your best college sports logos or something. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Fair enough. But well, deal with
You
it.
can invite 3 other people from the sports world through history to the dinner.
Who is your Mount Rushmore of your favorite sports movies?
You ain't gonna get that here.
Oh man.
Let's get those phone lines burning up. Come on.
I feel so attacked. I just whatever. I'm not even gonna try anymore.
you know it's nothing but love. Absolutely.
It's fine.
No,
It's fine.
No. This comes from a case of me being paranoid because you do have a superior knowledge of movies than I do, and so now you're being a little. I feel like you're being a little judgmental that I haven't nailed the soundtrack to the movie.
You're gonna punch yourself when you figure it out.
I don't know.
You're
It's
like,
gonna,
wow, really?
It's gonna be some weird movie that
No, it's
you're
not.
like, you should know
It's
that. And I'm
absolutely not.
like, okay.
It's
See,
not.
again-
This is not really all that deep of a cut. I'll be honest.
See, through conflict can come genius, and I think for Lloyd to pick a soundtrack of his liking, and then all the way through we enjoy the music all
Like
the
I
while
said,
trying to figure out.
Hey, music speaks
I think
to
that's kinda
Coach,
cool.
and you guys, it speaks to you. Movies speak to me.
I
Which I
just
love.
Look, I just want Send Me an Angel and Aunt Becky on a bike. That's all I want.
Hey, who was the first? Who was the first
that might be
group
coming.
you played? Was it Seals and Crofts?
That was no Simon
Garfunkel.
Garfunkel.
Oh, God.
You keep wanting to say that, but it's
I
not.
know. I'm sorry.
All right. By the way, so the jokes just keep on coming on Portland. Tom Dundon, the owner of the Portland Trailblazers, who's claiming to run things a little lean and mean, otherwise known as just being flat out cheap and just abysmal. Now he is, to his credit, He's not being cheap in terms of what he's paying the players. Now, what he's offering in terms of the players, in terms of services and assistant coaches and everything else that goes on the line, that is cheap. And he signed essentially a head coach on, for all intents and purposes, a one-year contract, a incentive-laden contract that everybody can get out of after 1 year. Now, the commissioner of the NBA, David Silver, who's been very, very, look, he's got a new owner. He works for the owner. So Adam's going to be like, hey, you know what? He's a billionaire. He can run a program however he wants. We can't be saying he's cheap. But Adam knows that, look, this is bad PR for the league. And he was asked about the ownership situation in Portland once again.
Spent time with Tom and his partners here in Las Vegas. And what we are most focused on right now, the league office, is the deal that we discussed when we were in Portland in March. I was hoping more progress would have been made by now on that agreement, and it seems to have gone off track in various ways. And so I have a colleague, Joe Masco, who's day-to-day on it, but we're working with both sides to ensure that the Trailblazers can have a long-term future in Portland. But there are several open issues that still need to be resolved.
And that's the other thing, too, is because not only is he running his program on the cheap, and he's getting cheap with his coaching staff and primarily his head coach, but he's told the city of Portland, you're not getting a dime from me. He goes, look, I have an NBA team here in a city that isn't necessarily corporate friendly. So you need me more than I need you. I am the one bringing in all kinds of money into the local economy because of my team. So instead of you telling me I should be paying an exorbitant amount of money to renovate the Moda Center or build a new arena, you should just say thank you for having your team here, and you should be on the hook for all the expenses on the renovation of the Moda Center. And of course, the city of Portland's like, no, that's not the way we're going to roll here. You're not going to get all the public money to facilitate your business in how you're making money. So yeah, it's at an impasse, and Adam Silver usually paints a very, very positive picture. That was not a very positive picture he just painted there.
No, it is not, and it looks like it's going to be an issue. The summer league, it was crazy. I don't know if you saw the footage, but everybody down there has a small army.
Yes,
and I do think that there is some overkill. But in Portland's team, there was literally like 8 guys on the roster and 6 or 5 coaches or something. Like that big space is just filled with sweaters,
yes,
hoodies, team T-shirts, all that. It was just empty. So, I mean, this guy it's all about how can I do this? I want to give the fans and kind of an experience, but this is about how can I make money and not lose it, And there is a part of this. I think a lot of owners, I know Ryan, in conversations from time to time through the years, has talked about how complex it is and how, it's in some, you got to just swallow hard in some cases, and trust that everything's going to work out. So, I mean, this ownership of sports teams is not for the faint of heart. I promise you that.
I just, I think there's been a little whiplash, and in a bad way, for the fans of Portland, because you had a guy who was a multi-billionaire, with the Microsoft thing. Paul Allen passes away. He leaves it for his daughter in a trust, and she ends up getting out of it. And so you have a new guy coming in. He's like, I know you guys were pretty fast and loose with the money. We're not going to do that anymore here. I'm tightening the budget. And look, he's able to flex a little bit because he's like, look, my Carolina Hurricane have won a Stanley Cup, and they just won another Stanley Cup. So guess what? I know what I'm doing. And if you want a championship, I've got the framework of building one. Now, granted, it's in the NHL, not in the NBA, and it may be apples and oranges, but it's a bad look for the league when you've got billionaires employing multi-millionaires, and then they go to the general public and say, hey, we want this. We need you to do this. And there will always be an element of public funding when it comes to stadiums and arenas. Like, that's just the way it is, because I do think that there needs to be some level of a partnership, but everybody needs to have skin in the game.
Yeah, it's got to be cooperative.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. It just can't be completely one-sided. Now, I would love to see a world where, the billionaire is on the hook for all of it, but that's just not going to happen. And the boon for the local economy is real. Tom's right in that. His organization, his team does bring significant money into that local economy, but it's also a symbiotic relationship. The two need to feed off each other, which means the two both need to have skin in the game.
The bummer to me, and you said this, I mean, even before Allen, I mean, this is a storied
Yes.
franchise. You go all the way back to, Bill Walton back in the late, what was it, or mid-'70s.
70s, yeah.
Won it. 77 maybe. And so, I mean, you go all the way back, and I have a bunch of friends that I've made through the years from Portland, and that's always the first thing they want to talk about is their Blazers. So
Yep.
It is a bummer. And, I mean, it's hard because you can vet these guys the best you can, but you don't necessarily know how they're going to operate. And so to me, that's the clincher, and it's too bad. I do think we should give this guy a nickname, and I don't want to be disrespectful. It's Big Dog.
How we doing?
That's a freaking national champion right there.
Absolutely.
I will talk to you. Yeah, I'm on the radio right now. Ty Mattingly.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
need
sir.
to visit. Hey, you're eating, right? Yes, he's eating.
Yeah, you're going to.
Sorry, I lost my train. Oh, I got a nickname for this guy. You know the Night at the Museum? The Dum Dum character.
Dum character. I don't remember this.
Lloyd, did you see Night at the Museum?
It's probably the movie we're getting the soundtrack from.
No, that is not the movie. Night at the Museum. I've never heard of it.
Where the museum comes to life, and he's running around, and you've never watched that show? It's a
Who's
kid
in it?
show. Huh? Ben Stiller.
Is that where Robert De Niro's his father-in-law?
No. Man, you guys are something. You think you know the movie. Anyhow, there is a figure in it.
Does he milk a
and he
cat? Does he
says,
milk a cat?
Dum Dum.
He goes,
No, that's a different one.
I can milk. I can milk.
Greg, I have.
Is that the one?
No,
it's
That's
that
Meet
one
the
where
Fockers.
they're throwing the rubber balls at each other. It's the average
that's
Joe.
dodgeball. That's
No.
dodgeball. That's dodgeball.
Is it the one where he's like the male model?
No,
Oh,
I mean, he's been in so many classics.
Okay.
According to him.
It doesn't ring a bell. Sorry.
All right. Well, your kids are probably. If you haven't shown that to your kids, shame on you.
They're
It's
in
a
a
way
museum?
to teach history. Yeah, the New York Museum.
The New York. Okay.
You guys have seen it. I'm so tired of this.
I don't know what you're
You
talking
know
about.
every other one of his movies. You're just playing me.
Does he still like the Declaration of Independence from that museum?
No. It's a completely different thing.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Does he still have the Declaration?
That is a completely different actor.
It feels pretty similar. That sounds about right.
Okay.
Anyway, if you can let me finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't get your
There's a
movie. My
figure
bad.
in it called, and the whole time, the only thing he says is Dum Dum.
So
This
Tom,
guy's saying now Dundon, right?
Tom Dum Dum.
Yeah, so anytime we bring him up, can we queue up, Lloyd, can you maybe dig into the archives of some unknown movie and see if you might be able
I'll
to
get
find
right on that,
sound?
Bob.
No, I'm not saying do it. I'm saying can you, yeah.
You got
Would
it.
you?
This is close to hazing as Lloyd will I know.
You guys are just absolutely murdered me.
Oh man, it's an embarrassment to the league. Here's the thing: Adam Silver is about protecting his league. Adam Silver is about protecting the image of the league. It goes all the way back to when David Stern made guys wear collared shirts on the sideline. Like you got to do things to make your league look good. And if you're cheap, it's a bad look for the league. when you're holding a team hostage or a city hostage, it's a bad look for the league. Like these are things that Adam Silver knows. Like, we cannot let this happen. We have to be better than this.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, no more messing around. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
It's time to saddle up and talk about the winners and the losers. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, here's the good.
It is your good, it is your bad, it is your ugly. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Garrard, the coach. Tim
Yeah,
LaComb.
that's fun. It's like a rally in here now.
I know. We got people coming in. A guy that was on his way to Richfield said, I'm going to stop by, grab a cinnamon roll, grab some spud nuts, and let's get it going.
Ty Mattingly, I talked to him. He walked in while we were in, but he's having a meeting down here, and they he's like, where do you guys want to go eat? And he said, I listen to those guys on the radio all the time. Let's go try that place in Nephi off exit 222. So they're down here today because, they want to try it too.
Well, you need to, because if you haven't already, shame on you. But again, there's so many people that drive south to St. George or Vegas or California, whatever it is. It's a real simple way to stop. You can let the kids out, run around on the playground. You got the pets that can roam around a little bit. Grab yourself high quality lunch or dinner and or breakfast, and here you go.
All right, I just want to back up a little bit, rewind to that last segment for just a second.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Sure.
All right, hold on. All right, what was all that? What was that? Were you guys really not know that movie, or did you know the movie, and you just had me on a high wire? I want the honest.
Lloyd, do you know that movie?
It sounds familiar. I'll be honest. It does sound familiar. I couldn't put my thumb on it.
Okay, I just needed to know that I was being.
Sure.
I mean, it hasn't happened quite a lot. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding the moment and what was happening. Thank you for letting me do that. I feel much better now. And I have a guess on the soundtrack there, Oz.
Oh,
wait, and this is coming from you, or is this somebody else has?
No, it's coming from me.
Okay, all right. I would think you'd get it. I have a feeling you're going to get it. I'm confident.
It's 2 words.
Okay.
The first word is almost, and the last word is famous.
Hey, ding, ding, ding.
there you go.
Well
and
done.
I love the fact that you play a soundtrack. Keep doing it, and let's live peacefully and happily, and less hazily.
We'll see if Scotty
way.
allows us to be
Although,
peaceful.
you know, the way I was throwing stuff around earlier, I deserved it. I was being a little brash about golf.
No. That's all right. Look, if you win, you get to enjoy it.
Well, I don't throw my weight around much, but when I win, that is one area. I'm a fairly competitive dude.
I absolutely. All right. So when you look at,
you guys really got me.
much like
I thought I'd gone mad.
Much like Nick Cage in the museum, going after the Declaration of Independence.
You guys,
or Ben Stiller going after the.
How would that have been planned? You guys were so good at that. The way you read off each other.
I think we were just asking questions. I think it was.
We were just trying to help you out. We were trying to get. I wanted to understand the reference you were making about.
Well, I thought it was fairly clear.
A stone man.
If you would have just okay.
You said it was a stone man from a movie called Night of the Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was
Dum Dum.
No. Well, yeah, Dum Dum, played by the guy that was in the Brandon Fraser was Frozen, and then he was thought out.
Fraser was.
I watched that George of the Jungle with Hank last week. I know that's not it, buddy.
He was a caveman on there, right?
He's the caveman. He got frozen, and then they
I just got frozen, and now
thought
I'm
him
in
out.
the museum.
And he brought that mummy. He went after that mummy. Remember, he went after the mummy.
Yeah, and Pauly Shore was there with him.
Dude, what are you doing here, mummy man?
Stop whizzing the juice.
Yeah.
Stop wheezing the juice.
I was
man.
never ever a part of that whole thing. That was just absolute inane ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Pauly Shore and his shtick.
Oh, yeah.
Not a fan. Encino Man, no.
Hey, so the good,
is that we're through all that is the good. And we're not going to mess with it much more, right?
No. I mean, we're just asking questions.
I'm 56. I could have a stroke if you guys mess with me too much.
What could have been at BYU? Because now this isn't necessarily recent audio, but it's recent to us. We had not heard this. Lloyd and I both kind of stumbled on this. And Tom Brady was talking about the fact that, arguably, if not much of an argument, the greatest quarterback to ever play in the NFL really had a hard time finding a home to play college football. And there was a list of schools that passed on him. One of them maybe a little close to home.
He goes, all right, Tommy, where should we send the tapes to? Because we want to send them out to the college, the head of recruitment at the school that we want to go to. So we send all these different tapes out ranging from, let's say, Cal Berkeley to BYU to, like, Army.
Wait, BYU?
BYU, yeah. They didn't want me. I know. Well, they weren't the only one. Trust me. There was many others.
BYU did not want Tom Brady. Now, Matthew Edwards put some context in. BYU had JUCO transfer Steve Sarkisian, freshman return missionary Paul Shoemaker, and highly touted recruit Brian Vai that year. Not much room for another quarterback, sadly. So Tom Brady may have been willing to come to BYU, and BYU said no.
Well, I mean, it's not like he was a sure thing.
No, not at the time. It wasn't a sure thing at the end of his college career.
Round?
It's not like he was a Heisman Trophy finalist or anything like that. Dude fell to the 6th round, didn't even play much. And, So, I mean, it's not like he tore it up in Michigan.
Probably wouldn't even played had Bledsoe not got injured.
And
I don't even know
that
who
is
he
true.
was.
Yep.
And Sark was the guy. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the show. I was there. Watched that dude fling it around. You're not messing with much.
No.
You got a guy, you got some little spindly dude that's – I mean, I was on the wrong end of some of those most of the time where, somebody be sending and they'd want their son to come, and the problem is we wouldn't want them, you're not welcome here because you're not good enough. And that's crazy that he was at the point where he's sending film out.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
Like, please take me.
Give me a crack.
I just want a shot.
But it's also interesting. It's a perfect almost synopsis of recruiting because you talked about 3 quarterbacks in that from BYU. Talked about the guy that was the guy at the time,
Yes.
Sark, and he was doing everything that BYU quarterback's supposed to do. He's throwing it, and he was winning.
Yes.
They had waiting in the wings one of the most prized recruits in history, if I remember right, Shoemaker. And that, as recruiting goes, that didn't go as planned. And then whoever the other guy was, I don't know that he even rostered.
Vi. Yeah, I'd never even heard of the guy.
I don't know if his dad is Steve Vai, the famous guitar player.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. Anyhow, but that's recruiting in a nutshell. Like, because you think we got 3 dudes lined up, and at the end of the day, one guy's the guy.
And that's the thing that's got to be frustrating. And you talk about guys that you stumbled into and that ended up being great, and then other guys that you thought were going to be good that don't pan out. Then guys you say, hey, we don't have a spot for you, and it ends up being a great player. I mean, you can lose sleep over all this stuff.
Oh yeah, and the problem is, the way that the way information travels and everything, it's, you have to, whether you're recruiting local kids or not, you've got to be at all their stuff. You have to have your tentacles so many places in that world that it gets a little exhausting.
And that's probably the hardest conversation a coach has to make is when you go to a high school coach, you go to a dad, you go to a player and say, we love you. We think the world of you. We don't have a spot for you.
Yeah, I had to do that way too many times to count. And what's crazy is most of the time went pretty well.
Yeah.
Still have great friends today that I had to had that talk with. Some of them not so well,
Yeah.
and you were told at that point, though, you kind of saw, okay, this is what it would have happened had we brought them. And it wasn't going to go well because we didn't think they were good enough. And there is a built-in mechanism by the parent to protect. And so it's better to see that when you're telling them that, and as opposed to disappointing them by not playing.
Yes. Yeah.
Sometimes you're just trying to avoid those situations in the recruitment process.
Well, and a lot of times, I mean, not that in a roundabout way, not like you're taking credit, but sometimes that chip on the shoulder is something that a kid needs to take a step to the next level. When he can go and say, hey, look, this school didn't recruit me, and that was my dream school, and I wanted to go there, and they didn't even offer me. And so now I wake up every morning and get my 1,000 shots in every day just thinking I'm going to make them pay. Sometimes that little stuff can be enough to get you going. So, you got to make hard decisions. It's just it's not an exact science. It's not say Tom Brady would have gone to BYU and Tom Brady would have just blown up. We don't know that. It's not as if, we know that so much of recruiting is just being at the right place at the right time. It's timing.
Oh, my gosh. And obviously nowadays you've got to be a lot more than that from a monetary perspective. But in terms of a player's progression, it is all timing. You have no idea that who's going to be on the roster at the same time. I mean, you go back to Steve Young when he came to BYU. At one point, heard him talk about it a million times. He's 8th on the depth chart. Like he's like, I didn't know there were 8 guys there, but I'm looking up all the way, and that is the motivator for him that he talks about. Like, I'm way better than this, and instead of taking that and letting it infect him negatively, use it as a positive to be like, okay, I've just got to show you now. And then that's the fun part for guys is when you are overlooked, there's not a ton of expectations, so you're doing a lot of pleasing in that process until all of a sudden they're like, let's just give it to them.
Yeah. And, I'll always go to the Jazz signed this undrafted free agent out of Marquette, Wes Matthews. And Wes had a couple of offers, but looked at the Jazz roster and said, okay, that's where I'm going to go. And he played Summer League. It was an okay player in Summer League, went to camp, and Kyle Korver busts up his hand. C.J. Miles gets hurt. And so Wes Matthews makes the team simply because the Jazz needed warm bodies. And then he ends up having a 10-year NBA career. Had those injuries not happened in front of him, he may have been at that point in the D League, and we may never have heard the guy. But because he went to the right place and the injuries lined up to allow him to get a spot, he flourished, and the rest is history, and he ends up making generational money out of it. Now, if he doesn't sign with the Jazz, who knows? We may never even heard the name Wes Matthews outside of his dad.
That's an absolutely perfect story. I mean, I think it goes to, the one thing that people want to do, whether it be life or sport or whatever, is control every aspect of it. And the truth of the matter is, if you let it happen organically, trust your gut, send them to places. And if there's adversity, maybe let them fight through some of that because it's good for you in life. I mean, I think some of the best things that happened to me, whether it be in sport or life, have been things I had to fight through.
Yes.
And overcome and put in the back, put in the distance. It gets stronger. So I feel like sometimes the less control you try to have over a career, the more it can actually do what Tom's did, which was evolve into him continuing to be motivated. The true champion in him is the fact that he was always sharpening the sword.
Yes. And again, Lloyd mentioned too, like, New England's the team that drafts him in the 6th round. Drew Bledsoe's not going anywhere, but then he takes a nasty shot, and we know the rest is history. If he doesn't go to New England, if Bledsoe doesn't roll out right and take out that nasty shot while going out of bounds, again, we may never know anything more out of Tom Brady. It's just everything's got to line up perfectly.
Everything's got to line up perfect, and again, you have zero control over any of it, which is wild. You can control you. You control being ready. And you can control your development and improvement, but you can't control the factors that are going to help you get to where you are.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone, coming up on the noon hour. Coming up, we'll talk to Jeremy a little bit about Bar W Beef as we are live here in Nephi. Make sure to come by, hang out with us off of exit 222, the Bar W Grill, the Bar W Steakhouse here in Nephi. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Gentlemen, the biggest name.
You're locked on to Scotty G and the coach, Tim LaComb, presented by Mountain Land Supply on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Scott Garrard, Tim LaComb. Hope you're all having a great Wednesday. We are live. We're having a hard day. You're going to have a hard time having a better day than Coach and I. The only way you can is if you just come down here and hang out with us here in Nephi, Bar W Beef. The Bar Dub Grill, the Bar W Steakhouse. It's off exit 222. Can't say enough about this building, too. Just absolutely beautiful building. You walk in, to your left is the grill, to the right is the steakhouse. And whether you got a big event and you want to share it with the family, come to the steakhouse. If you're just looking to grab a quick bite, there's nothing fast food about the Bar Dub Grill, though.
There is nothing fast food about it. They get it to you fast.
They get it to you quick, and that's about it. That's where it ends.
That's where it ends. And I also want to mention the gift shop because my wife loved it when she came. They have a bunch of Utah products, from all over the place, from different manufacturers. But it's an awesome, if you're a gift shop person, it's a great gift shop.
Hey, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, we talked about him in the comments about Tom Dum-Dum, but he also said he remains
so fitting.
Very hopeful that the investigation with Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers should be concluded sometime this summer. Said the league was not responsible for holding up a reported trade that would have sent Kawhi Leonard to the Toronto Raptors. So he's saying, look, we didn't hold it up. But in a roundabout way, yeah, you did, because the Raptors aren't going to complete a trade for Kawhi Leonard if Kawhi Leonard's not going to be eligible to play because of some kind of penalty imposed by the NBA. So they didn't say, no, you can't make the trade, but they did say if there is punishment towards Kawhi Leonard, you're going to be the one that's going to take the hit for it because he won't be able to play for you.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is madness, and really it should have been actually more of a priority than perhaps the tanking, right?
Yes. By a mile.
This is a really, really overt effort to circumvent the salary cap, which is, the competitive advantages of competitive advantages. So that's the thing that they've just drugged their feet on this so long that it is now impacting Kawhi's ability and Toronto's ability to have him around.
He did say that that the investigation is going on far longer than I would have hoped. There's no question about that, which usually I would seem to think that's not a good sign for the Clippers and Kawhi if it's taken a long time.
No, I don't think it is at all.
Because I think they're digging and they're finding some stuff.
They're finding stuff, yeah. I'm telling you, man, you definitely...
Hold on, we're on the air. I'll chat with you here in a bit. But
yeah, that was, hey, how are you, partner?
But it's really an interesting situation here where the NBA is trying to circumvent or trying to find a way to handle a situation where obviously it looks like the Clippers and Kawhi were up to no good. And the problem is, I don't think this is a unique situation.
No.
I think that Kawhi's going to be the poster boy of this, but I think this stuff's been going on forever.
I do too. I actually do too. And, I was around athletics and sports and recruiting at the college level so much, and we said it earlier, loopholes are everything.
Yeah. Yep.
Loopholes, if you can make it fit, man, let's go.
Right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.